So, I'm going to be talking about Mr. Shiflet and Julian in Everything That Rises Must Converge and The Life You Save May Be Your Own. Julian and Mr. Shiflet both want control over the women in their lives. Julian wanting control over his mother, and Mr. Shiflet wanting control over Lucinelle and her mother that live on the farm. The driving force behind both of these characters' control is their selfishness, which makes them lose sight of the effects that it has on other people around them. Like, for Julian, it's his mom, and Mr. Shiflet, it's Lucinelle and her mother. In my essay, I said that both Mr. Shiflet and Julian's selfishness leads to their control, which leads to a moment of violence. There is a moment of violence, but it's different for both Mr. Shiflet and Julian. As I said earlier, both of these moments are perfect examples of how Mr. Shiflet and Julian don't see the effects that their control has on others around them. I said that their selfishness and their control is what blinds them from these two moments of violence that follows. But I noticed that both of these stories don't end completely on a moment of violence. There's an opportunity for change for both of these characters. The two opportunities for change come in the end of both of these stories with Mr. Shiflet and Julian. After she gets punched, she's lying on the ground and Julian calls out for his mother. On page 420, it says, "Mother," he cried, "darling, sweetheart, wait." Crumpling, she fell to the pavement. He dashed forward and fell at her side, crying, "Mama, Mama." He turned her over. Her face was fiercely distorted. One eye, large and staring, moved slightly to the left as if it had become unmoored. The other remained fixed on him, raked his face again, found nothing, and closed. In this moment, Julian goes from originally wanting to isolate himself from his mother and become independent from her to crying out for her and wanting to be by her side. This shows the change in his character from selfishness to actually acknowledging his mother. The way Julian acts in this moment shows how his character could change even if he acknowledged the effect that his selfishness has on his mother. Throughout his story, he hasn't been the best son to her and doesn't recognize all the things that she does for him as a mother. But in this last moment, he falls on the ground and wants to be next to her, and this shows that it could potentially lead to him acknowledging his mother as a person. Mr. Shiflet's opportunity for change comes when he sees a boy jump out of the vehicle that he's in. On page 156, it says, "Mr. Shiflet was so shocked that for about 100 feet he drove along slowly with the door still open. A cloud, the exact color of the boy's hat and shaped like a turnip, had descended over the sun, and another, worse looking, crouched behind the car. Mr. Shiflet felt that the rottenness of the world was about to engulf him. He raised his arm and let it fall again to his breast. 'O Lord,' he prayed, 'break forth and wash the slime from this earth.'" The fact that Mr. Shiflet prays in this moment shows an opportunity for change for his character, just like there was a change for Julian's character. He says, "Break forth and wash the slime from this earth." By praying to wash the slime, he could be acknowledging all of the wrong that he did, and he could be praying to be washed clean again. And this could show that Mr. Shiflet knows that he needs to change, but won't change until someone actually points it out to him. Both of these moments show a small step towards Mr. Shiflet and Julian acknowledging the effect that their selfishness and control has on other people in their lives. And these two moments could be one small step to an opportunity to change for both of their characters. In conclusion, both Mr. Shiflet and Julian's selfishness leads to control, which culminates in violence, and eventually opens up an opportunity for change for both of them and their characters. Yay!